welcome back to Music Impossible. This is beginner music theory for middle school and up. So we're in lesson number 7. We just finished with the bass clef. We're going to go to maybe it's a lesson 7A or lesson 8. We'll call it lesson 8. This is we're going to keep adding musical terms at the end of most of these sections, just to start building that library for you of special musical terms. So not a long recording here today. Let's go over to Sibelius and check this out. This is a little quick review. We've already talked about the staccato. We talked about the staccato right up here. We have staccato. Let's go with the red color for this one. So we got the staccato right here. Okay. Staccato, if you remember correctly, means separated or detached. Separated or detached. It's a terrible circle. I can't draw circles today. There it is. There's a detached. That's that little dot above the note. It would appear below the note if the stem was the other direction. But either way, on top or on bottom, it means detached. And then we talked about this element right here, this curvy upside down smiley face here. That's a slur. A slur tells us to play legato, legato meaning smoothly connected. And we have our accents right here as well. The accent gives a little emphasis on that note, a little bit louder, maybe a little emphasis, a little maybe harder articulation. So that's our 3 terms we learned there as it relates to how we play specific music notes: staccato, legato, and accented. And we introduced a couple of dynamics here, right here. We have mezzo forte there and forte over here, F for forte, MF for mezzo forte. Now we have a couple more we're going to add here today. We're going to add some dynamics and some other musical terms. So we're going to start with the dynamic of mezzo piano right there. Mezzo piano means moderately soft. Mezzo piano. And you might remember from our last class how to spell this. So mezzo, M-E-Z, that's a Z, mezzo piano, right there. Mezzo piano. We'll learn shortly that piano by itself means soft. That'll probably be in the next musical terms lesson. Mezzo meaning medium or halfway or in between somewhere. So if we're going to kind of look at forte is like a level 4 sound. It's loud. It's in your face. We can think of mezzo forte as a level 3. Mezzo piano is level 2. By the way, you can have more than one F. You can have fortissimo. Again, these are for later dates. We'll go over this down the road. But it does get even louder than forte, and even softer than piano. So there's our new dynamic of the week, mezzo piano. And let's see if we keep adding on things down the road. We're also going to add a couple of expression marks here. The first we're going to add is the crescendo. Crescendo. The symbol is known as a hairpin. A hairpin. When the hairpin has an open mouth going in the left to right direction, it means get louder, gradually get louder. And sometimes we could have a hairpin. We take a look at this. So let's see, let's add this handle here. I can make this hairpin shorter, meaning that the crescendo is only to last these 2 notes. So by the time I get to the 3rd note, the crescendo should be completed. In this case, we're going to have it go all 4 beats. And therefore, we're going to go from the last dynamic level printed, which is mezzo piano. And we're going to go from mezzo piano to what? Sometimes it's dictated how loud we want to go. There it is. The music here wants us to crescendo from mezzo piano over the course of these 4 quarter notes to forte, or loud here, by this one. And here we kind of have our reverse hairpin here for the decrescendo. Same thing. I could have my decrescendo only last for 2 beats. Maybe I just wanted to be these last 2 quarter notes, and I would play these 2 notes forte and then start my decrescendo here. But in this case, we're going to have this decrescendo last all 4 beats. We start at forte. We're going to gradually get softer until we come to this whole note, this 4 count note here, and we're back down to mezzo piano. Let's play this back, see how Sibelius does with the playback. You can kind of hear the subtle differences in the dynamics, even in Sibelius, depending on your ensemble or the piece of music you're playing, the orchestra you're playing with, maybe what choir you're singing in, would depend on what loud means to that group. Also, a lot of it has to go with the musicality of the particular song, how it was composed, what part of the piece are you performing. All depends on so that forte or mezzo forte, mezzo piano. It's all sort of relative to the ensemble and the conductor and the interpretation of the music that you maybe have as a soloist or an ensemble member in that. All right, that's it for our musical terms. Go ahead and check out the worksheets. It's going to include every single expression that we've learned to this point, and we'll keep interspersing old terms into some of our new worksheets as well as we continue to build this musical term vocabulary. Thanks for watching. We're going to hit up lesson 9 next time. We're going to introduce the grand staff. The grand staff. All right, everybody. See you next time.